What's up? What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another great episode of Tough Calls with Simone.
And your boy Dylan. Yeah, there.
So, guys, today we know it's early, but it's
halfway through the season.
It's halfway through the season, and we starting to see who bout it and who ain't bout it.
Right.
And that's on period. Some of y'all 2-0 teams, 3-0 teams are finding out. Sorry, guys, everybody want to hit me. I'm starting to find out y'all ain't really bout it. So me and Dylan, we got a pretty good eye on who we think could possibly be matching up in the Super Bowl. So we have about 3 different matchups that we think could possibly happen. But today we are giving you guys one of the ones we think would be the most spicy and really likely to happen, and that is Bucs versus Steelers.
That would be a pretty good Super Bowl matchup because think about this. You got quarterbacks, Super Bowl winning quarterbacks, and Ben Roethlisberger and Tom Brady. If they did match up in the Super Bowl, it would be a quarterback chess game.
Right, they've been going at it in the AFC for the longest.
Exactly. Both have met up. They met up in AFC championships, AFC divisional playoff games. So that will be a good matchup. Both defenses are pretty good. I mean, obviously the Steelers pretty much have the best defense in the league, but the Bucs defense is nothing to sneeze at either. So that's true.
And then also another storyline you have is, I was going to word it one way, but I'm going to say it like this. Okay, AB obviously is going to be playing his old team. He'll be staring down Mike Tomlin on the other side of the sideline. Obviously, we know Mike Tomlin is unbothered. The man is undefeated.
He's going to be looking at Big Ben like, I'm
right,
about to rip up that defense.
Exactly. Yeah, the defense is definitely going to be fired up. Also, Bruce Arians is going to be playing against, his old team as well in the Pittsburgh Steelers. So he is going to be trying to outcoach Mike Tomlin. But we all know defenses and coaching wins championships. And Mike Tomlin, if I got to put money on anybody, it is Mike Tomlin. Obviously, the most winning black coach. Shout out. Period. Don't even put him in the box of black coach. One of the best coaches we have seen in the NFL. Talk about consistency, talking about relationship wise with his players. The man does what he has to do. Give him his respect. Give him coach of the year. Period.
Period, poo. I mean, Mike Tomlin, year in, year out. I mean, we saw what he did last year on a third string quarterback, and he did fairly well with the third string quarterback. Never had a losing season. Never, ever, ever, for never, ever. So Mike Tomlin, just what he's able to do with the talent that he has, he obviously brings the best out of his players. And now you see when he has quality players, not saying he didn't have quality players last year, but injuries took a big old heavy toll. But when his team is healthy and his team is what he wants his team to be, you get a 7-0 Steelers team.
So obviously it's still early in the season. We still have a whole second half of the season. Well, I wouldn't say early, but we still have a whole second half of the season. But a few things I want to point out right now. We're not going to get too much into, the matchup. But as we already laid out, has several storylines. The Pittsburgh Steelers are tested. Now, I don't think, obviously, you have to go undefeated to win. Not in the least bit. So I don't think I'm not saying their undefeated record is what's saying, the Steelers are going to go to the Super Bowl. But it's the games that they've won. Yeah. They beat in their Titans. They beat in their foes of the Baltimore Ravens. Now, mind you, the Baltimore Ravens swept them last season. And, of course, they were on a third-string quarterback. But it's just the way that they were able to, okay, now we got the team. We're going to get the win. They won those close games, okay? They won those close games.
They did. I mean, we saw the game against Baltimore come down to the last play, and that defense did what they had to do and win it out. So, I mean, the defense is tested, the offense is tested. They can do enough to get it done. I mean, they're not the most dynamic offense in the league, but they still can put up points. James Conner, Chase Claypool, Juju Smith-Schuster, and obviously Big Ben at the helm. So, this is one of the most complete teams, if not the most complete team in the league right now. So, and they're clicking on all cylinders.
And then don't forget the coaching as well. But obviously, the biggest thing people are saying about Big Ben as of right now is saying, he's not trying to make them big throws downfield. So they're kind of questionable on his, not necessarily his arm strength, but, Big Ben used to throw some picks back in the day. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not too worried about that because of the way that Big Ben is such a smart player. And even when they were saying against the Ravens, okay, he knows that maybe right now throwing the deep ball is his weakness, but unlike these other quarterbacks, no shade to Carson Wentz, Big Ben is a safe player. He knows his limitations. He knows what he can and cannot do. And he doesn't make those throws he knows he can't make. So if he has to make short, intermediate throws down the field, he's going to do what he has to do. And their defense is definitely putting them in great positions. They're getting scores from the defense. And that's what we see in Super Bowl teams. We see a feisty defense.
Exactly. I mean, you saw in the Baltimore game last week, they scored before the Pittsburgh offense ever even had to score. I mean, the Baltimore Ravens' first drive, pick 6, and the Steelers were up before even the offense had to take the field. So that's the kind of, that's what Super Bowl teams do. They make plays and they put their offense in good positions to where they don't have to go 80 yards down the field or 75 yards down the field every time they get special teams plays. So, I mean, the offense doesn't have to do it all. It has to be a complete team effort, which for the Steelers it has been.
And lastly, for me, I just want to say when it comes to the Bucs is probably one of the most complete teams that we see in the NFC right now. Obviously, the AFC has many more contenders that the Pittsburgh Steelers have to watch out for, but I will say the Bucs is probably the most complete team that I'm seeing. Obviously, they're going to be adding a huge weapon to AB, but we will see, will AB help more than he'll hurt, or hurt more than he'll help?
We're going to see. To me, if this Super Bowl matchup ends up happening, it's going to be like this to me. And if both teams are healthy, granted, it's going to be an unstoppable force versus an immovable object. One gotta give.
Something gotta give. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Let us know what you want to see in our next videos. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, and let us know what you want to see in our next videos.
Bye.